All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we've got this absolutely wild story for you, all about how the launch of a revolutionary phone led to a bill so ridiculously big it had to be mailed in a box.
So let's dive right in. We have to go back to a time when smartphones were this brand new, almost magical thing, but they came with a few surprises, and trust me, not all of them were good.
So, picture this, it's 2007. Apple has just dropped the very first iPhone. And this thing wasn't just another new phone. It was a device that literally promised to change everything about how we communicate.
I mean, the hype was just off the charts, and the rollout was super fast. But here's the catch. This amazing leap into the future was exclusively tied to AT&T, and their billing system, yeah, that was very much stuck in the past.
And this is where you really see the big disconnect. On one hand, you have people totally embracing this new digital life, emailing, texting, surfing the web like never before. What they didn't realize was that every single one of those actions was being meticulously logged for their upcoming paper bill.
Okay, and this is where the main character of our story comes in. A 23-year-old video blogger from Pittsburgh who was about to get a delivery, a very, very unusual delivery. So, after a full month of just going all in on her new phone, we're talking tens of thousands of texts and emails, this early adopter, Justine Azaric, who you probably know online as iJustine, finally got her first bill.
And that one line, that's what kicked this whole thing off. Her bill didn't arrive in a regular envelope. Nope. It was so massive it had to be shipped in a cardboard box with over $7 in postage.
Let that sink in for a second. 300 pages. And it was double-sided for one person's phone bill, for one single month. It was an absolute monster of a document. So what do you do with a bill like that? Well, instead of just, complaining to her friends about it, Justine did what a creator does. She decided to turn this completely ridiculous bill into online content. And this was the truly brilliant part. Her video wasn't even about the cost, the $275. Instead, she zeroed in on the absurd amount of paper being wasted. By ending it with "Save a Forest," she turned her personal problem into a universal cause that anyone could get behind. And you gotta remember, this is 2007. The video just exploded. We're talking before the days of social media algorithms pushing things for you. This was pure old-school word-of-mouth virality. It jumped from video platforms to national news in a matter of days. It was just unreal. Justine's video wasn't just some one-off hit. It basically broke the dam. All of a sudden, everyone was talking about their own novel-sized iPhone bills. That whole environmental angle she used, man, it caught on like wildfire. Tech analysts and bloggers started running with it, and they came up with these super catchy sound bites that the media just ate up. And look, while Justine's 300-page bill was definitely the record holder, this just shows that the problem was everywhere. It almost became a meme, People were posing for photos with their giant bills. It was a whole thing. So let's recap the situation for AT&T. You've got a viral video with millions of views, a really sticky negative catchphrase going around, and now national news coverage. The heat was on, and they absolutely had to do something. And their response was, well, a classic corporate two-step. First came the denial. They basically tried to brush it off, saying, hey, it's not a big deal. Customers can just opt out. But the viral train had already left the station, and that response, it just added more fuel to the fire. Then, just a few days later, came the complete 180. In a move that was super direct and kind of ironic, right? AT&T used the very technology causing the whole issue, the iPhone, to announce the solution with a mass text message. But of course, when they were asked about it, what was the official company line? Oh, this was the plan all along. The timing of this major policy change, right in the middle of a public relations nightmare, was purely a coincidence. Yep, a claim that pretty much nobody believed. So in the end, this wasn't just some funny internet story that came and went. No way. It actually became this legendary moment in consumer tech history. A real cautionary tale about what happens when a giant company's old habits slam headfirst into its customers' new reality. So what's the big takeaway from a paper bill from all the way back in 2007? Well, it's this incredibly powerful reminder, isn't it? Long before we had the massive influencers and TikTok stars of today, this one single creative complaint, framed perfectly and dropped at just the right moment, forced one of the biggest corporations on the planet to listen and, more importantly, to change. It just proved that one voice with the right message could truly shake things up.